What's up, guys? WoT the Fell-Handed here, bringing you another Tier 10 video. Here we are in the Bat Chat 25T French Tier 10 medium tank on Murovanka Standard Battle. Now, there are two schools of thought on this board. One is go to the Magical Forest. You know, there's lots of bush, like your mom. And, you know, you can kind of get in there and get dug in, get hauled down, do some damage, do some work. The other is to go to the little, you know, Death Valley on the 2 column there and just straight sling the dick. Not a real big fan of that, you know, second option if you're in a tank with no armor. You know, if you're in heavies, IS-7, IS-4, E100, whatever, sure, go up there and sling fucking dick and no, if you're in a medium, your job is to be flanking. And that's, you know, where the Magical Forest, the Bat Chat comes in. Now, moving on, we're going full throttle, 65 clicks towards Magical Forest right now. Versace V12, full throttle. Only tank in the game, push to start. We're about to creep up on the position I like to get. Those 2 little hills there. I just kind of like to peek over the hill, see what the fuck's going on, and then cut out, because most of the time when I peek up over the hill, a fucking Death Star round comes at me, or what have you. So, you know, as soon as the 6th sense goes off, just get the fuck out of there. You know, it's not even worth, you know, the 1 or 2 shots you're going to get in. So as soon as you get pinged, you know, either try to pull the trigger and sneak one in there, or get the fuck out of Dodge. The main thing you have to understand with this tank is health conservation. You've got pissy low health. You need to greedily hang on to every bit of it. You don't want to lose any. I mean, you know, when it gets towards the end of the game, yeah, okay, maybe you could trade some health, whatever, but ideally, you don't want to ride that train. You want to hang on to your health as long as you can. I mean, granted, that goes for any tank, but with a Bat Chat, it gets more dangerous the longer it is left alive. Now, granted, I know you're saying, oh, you can use that for any tank. Okay, go fuck yourself. The Bat Chat especially, autoloaders especially, like it's essentially a less accurate, faster hearse, really. I mean, granted, it doesn't do the 560, but you kind of can see the parallels there. I mean, except this tank will run up on your fucking ass. The hearse, you know, shitty camo, sits in the back and has session all day. So that's the point. The point is, with this motherfucker, you can run up, you can shit all over somebody's section, you can end that motherfucker's life, and you could fucking leave. Even if you don't one-clip them, like I've fucking just drove up in somebody's shit all over their section, multiple tanks, and then just drove the fuck off, and everybody's still looking around like, what the fuck's going on? Kind of what we want to have going on here. You know, taking a peek over here, just kind of seeing what's going on. We've got a couple TDs at our 12 o'clock. You know, we're just trying to, you know, work around. I'm here with another Bat Chat. You know, as soon as he makes a move for this Death Star, I immediately jump on that. I wasn't going to rush that Death Star by myself. Fuck that shit. And then he's got a buddy with him. So, yeah, so he takes on the Death Star and I take on the other one. And it's working out pretty good for us. I mean, you know, you've got 1v1 essentially, and these guys are on the losing end. We are just shitting all over their section, and there's nothing they can do about it. Except die. So, you know, like I said, whenever you reload in this fucking tank, your happy ass needs to be advancing. And that's what we're doing. There's no reason to sit out in the back, you know, like a bitch. I mean, granted, okay, if you're at the front, sure. Reload, hide, you know, pop back out, spray nut. But in this case, we're not fucking engaged. We're flanking right now. I mean, you know, I think the Reds are in trouble. They've got a couple of bats behind them. You can see the rest of the board, how things are working out. We've got shooters on the little hill there in the middle of the Magical Forest. You know, we've got a guy here that's AFK, and I wanted to farm him. I don't know why. I was thick and veiny for farming this guy, even though there's a TD just looking at me to the left there. Now you can see I'm trying to use his corpse a little bit, you know, to hide behind, because, you know, who likes getting shot? Put a couple of rounds on the Death Star. He's otherwise occupied. I think I'm a little too low for him anyway. He would have to pull out to come out and shoot me. So I think I kind of have that going for me. We've got a TD up here that's just, you know, this fucking guy gives me problems the whole game. The entire game. I can respect that. Now, moving on, you know, we're almost loaded. We decide, by we I mean myself, decide to go ahead and make some shit happen. Kind of just repositioning, you know, just kind of going with the flow of battle. Things are starting to go a little south for me here. I'm getting shot from fucking everybody. And normally when they shoot at me, there's lots of misses, so, you know, they must have really had their balls screwed on tight, because I took a couple of rounds, I'm not a fan of it, and now I'm, you know, supremely low health. But luckily, you can always find shots with this tank. Always. I mean, you know, you just drive that bitch around and fucking pull the trigger. I mean, the tank drives itself. All you gotta do is just point the gun in the right direction. And, you know, I knew that one was a long shot. I went ahead and shot it out anyway. I mean, you know, this tank is not a long dick tank. This is a up in your mouth, you know, pistol whip your ass, you know, till you're weak and submissive type of tank. This is not a, you know, I'm gonna shoot at you from fucking 500 meters. No, fuck that. You're lucky to hit the motherfucker 500 meters, let alone pin him at a weak spot. So the idea here is, you know, engage at mid-range if you have to. Long range if you absolutely have to. I understand there's some boards like fucking Sand River where you're not going to be able to engage at short range. If you do, shit is popping off and it's fucking for real. But, you know, on certain boards you have to engage at long range. And, you know, that's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes you've got to do that shit. This guy, he's in fucking trouble. I mean, just straight up. Fucking bat rolls up on a half health T-30, you know, fuck him, he's dead. Go back to the garage, pick another tank. So, moving on, my death grows near. So, you know, normally I would do a tactical reload if I only had 3 rounds, but, you know, the game is drawing near the end here. I've got, you know, that was an emergency shot right there. That was a pull out. Oh, fuck me, 268, boom, and then, you know, pull back in and load. And at this point, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and load, because we got the fucking 268 over there. If I do rush him, I think he's pretty much almost full health, so I need to go ahead and just put some rounds on him. So I decided to reload. And, you know, it's at this point he just said, you know what, it's enough of your shit. He just kind of drives over the hill and point blanks my bitch ass, which is a baller move. I mean, you know, let's be honest. Master P would be proud. You know, sometimes, even if you take rounds, you've just got to get those troublesome fucking tanks off the fucking board. I mean, you know, you've got somebody who's giving you trouble and trouble and trouble, and, you know, it's not like you're letting them roam free. You're doing everything in your power to fucking, you know, stop them, but, you know, you understand, hey, if I pull around this corner, I'm gonna get fucking shitted on. But at the same time, I can murk this bat chat, and that'll be a big piece of the puzzle off the board. Which is kind of what happens to me. You know, I put the rounds on the hundo. You know, he's not really giving up too many more shots. They've kind of, you know, they're consolidating their position very well in that area. They've got a good defense set up. Probably upon reflection, I should have been a little bit more patient. Because this 268 just said, you know, I'm tired of you running around, fucking up everything. I got detected right here. That should have been, you know, that should have told me something right there, that I got detected, you know. And I'm just sitting there, just, you know, I'm gonna murder this dude. Then I see this motherfucker pull up, and I'm like, okay, that's the end of the game for my happy ass. Yeah, and he, you know, had fucking acres of health. So, the moral of the story is don't be too impetuous, because that shit'll get your ass killed. Not that I was, but, you know, even if I had guys behind me who were on Overwatch, he would have still pulled up and killed my ass, just to get me off the board. I mean, you've got a bad chat running around with however many fucking pins and 3 kills, just being a fucking cocksucker. So, sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet, you know, and get that motherfucker off the board. Even if you've got to take some rounds to do it. And, you know, we've all done it. We've all pulled around the corner to shoot that motherfucker, and then there's been, you know, I don't know, 25 guys on Overwatch, or that's what it feels like, and then you get shitted on. But sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you just got to do it. And, you know, he did it, and I probably should have fucking stayed back, but, you know, as it was the end of the game, you know, I kind of figured out, you know, shit was in the bag. Shit, however, was not in the bag, because I believe we end up losing this. So I blame myself. Mainly, I blame the greens. You know, also, you know, you've got to blame Rusty. So the blame
really?
is there. Obviously,
you guys let 1268
you
kill
kind of
all
spread
of
it
you.
around like mayonnaise on a cracker. So you've got to move it around. You know, because it's not just one person's fault, contrary to what people think. So, you know, the game ends. Whoever this last fucking TD is, you know, gets fucking murdered because now he's outnumbered. I mean, these guys haven't lost a fucking tank since the last half of the game. It's been those 4 fucking tanks forever. I mean, they're just kind of chilling. They're running shit. I mean, I got to be honest. They did good work. They got their team together. And I mean, you know, they might not have been on the same page, but they sure as fuck ended on the same page because they, you know, they fucking built the Alamo on the other side of that fucking hill. So big ups to them because, you know, you couldn't get around them. You had the Hondo block on the one side. You had the IS-4. You had the, I think it was the Death Star in the back or whatever other TD. And then you had the 268 just kind of chilling, you know, shooting bat chats in the face. At any rate, thank you guys for watching. My 100th subscriber gets a free half a sandwich on me. I'll mail that bitch to you next day air. It'll be delicious. It will, however, have whatever I like on sandwiches because, you know, I mean, I ain't going to go out and buy your ass an extra sandwich for no reason. Anyway, subscribe. Like my shit. Share it. I can't think of anything else. Deuces!